Done speaking.
सर आवाज नाही येत आहे.
सरचा लीव्ह झालाय.
सर चले गए.
अरे होस्ट चिनार बन गया है.
भावा मेसेज केलाय वेट फॉर फ्यू मिनिट्स म्हणून.
सर चले गए.
अच्छा वो
यस सर.
तो आवाज क्लियर आ रहा है अभी. ऑडिबल नाउ.
यस सर.
कोई भी एक फोन है अभी. आदित्य राज आपका माइक रहने ऑन.
काय म्हणता?
Atharva Jadhav, D division, have some sense. Your mic is on and you are talking. Okay, good morning, students. Already we have wasted 10 to 15 minutes nearly. Aditya, I am audible, I think.
Yes sir.
Yes. Can I start now?
Yes sir.
Yes, already we are late. Directly. Hey, who is talking here? प्लीज आपका आवाज बंद कर दो.
सर आदित्य राज का आवाज है.
हाँ
हाँ सर आदित्य का
आदित्य
आवाज
राज
आ
का
रहा
आहे क्या? आदित्य राज.
है सर. हाँ.
आदित्य राज कळत नाही का? मागचे आवाज येत आहेत.
1 second.
ओके, आई थिंक आई एम ऑडिबल नाउ. आपका भी माइक बंद कर दो प्लीज. आदित्य आपका माइक बंद कर दो.
सर बाहर से आ रहे थे. हाँ.
Okay, good morning, students. Yesterday we have discussed about the basics of the engineering mechanics. So in short, once again, we'll go through this and we'll continue the topic further. Already we have wasted nearly 15 minutes, so we'll extend the lecture by 15 minutes. 54 minutes. Hitesh, B55. Who is Hitesh?
आपला जर पैसे असून 30,000 आपल्याला अकाउंट मधून आणायला किती पैसा मिळाला त्या दिवशी
ओम गायकवाड़, D7 ओम गायकवाड़, प्लीज माइक ऑफ कर दो आपका।
काय फुल भराले
ओम गायकवाड़, डी रोल नंबर 7।
गायकवाड म्हणून बोलते
ओम गायकवाड़, आपका माइक बंद कर दो। ओम गायकवाड़, आपका माइक बंद कर दो, घर की सारी आवाज आ रही इधर। D41 Sushant, I'm writing your names. You will be thrown out of the class. This is not the way, yeah. D46 Akshay, D7 Om Gaikwad, Hitesh, D55. Please call me after the lecture. So yesterday we have started with the basic of the engineering mechanics, where the different definitions of the mechanics we have discussed. So first we have discussed about, we will take the revision of the last yesterday's lecture. So first we have discussed about the what is mechanics.
Sir, you are
the
not
definition-
audible.
You're audible, sir.
Audible, that's your problem then.
You are audible, sir.
Yes. So yesterday we have discussed. So जिनको आवाज नहीं आ रही, please leave the class now. So if I have to define the mechanics, I will say it is defined as the physical science. So again, physical science, it is a branch of the science which deals with the study of the forces and their effects acting on the bodies at rest or in motion. We have discussed this yesterday in detail. So basically, we are studying the different forces acting on the body and their effects. And I have highlighted some words over there. Study of forces and their effects acting on the bodies at rest or in motion. So 3 different parameters are there. Based on that, our mechanics is further divided here. So the first one, depending upon the bodies, different 2 types of the bodies are there. The first one is the rigid body. Rigid body means what? The body which does not changes its shape or size under the action of the force is called rigid body. So practically there is no perfect rigid bodies in the universe. But if it is negligible, then we are considering it is a rigid body. So first thing is the rigid body. Then second one is the deformable body. Force लगाने से अगर body का shape और size में अगर change हो रहा है, तो that such bodies are called deformable bodies. And our mechanics is further divided into 2 different types based on the type of the bodies. Rigid body and deformable body. A rigid body mechanics is called engineering mechanics, which is our subject. And deformable body mechanics is called the strength of material, that is in second year you are going to study. So we'll not discuss about that one here. So in short, mechanics, it's a physical science which deals with the study of forces and effects acting on the bodies at rest or in motion. Based on the body, if it is a rigid body, it will be a engineering mechanics. It is a physical science which deals with study of forces and effects acting on the rigid bodies at rest or in
Hello,
motion.
sir, you are not audible.
So where, can you see the slides? Can you see
Yes,
the
sir.
slides? Slides दिख रहा है? Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So our main concern is of the engineering mechanics, which is on the slide at the bottom of the slide. It is a physical science which deals with
Hello,
study
sir.
of forces and yeah. प्राजक्ता बोलो.
आवाज तो ठीक ही है।
कौन कौन बात कर रहा है अभी? आदित्य.
It is
सर
audible,
आवाज
sir.
आवाज आ रही
You are
है?
audible ना? आवाज अभी आ रही है मेरी क्लियर आवाज?
Yes,
हाँ
yes,
सर आ
it
रही
is
है।
audible.
Yes, sir.
आ रही है सर पहले से.
You are audible, sir.
Unless if their personal problem is there. So we are mainly concerning with the engineering mechanics. It is a physical science which deals with study of the forces and effects acting on the rigid bodies at rest or in motion. So see, whatever we are discussing here, that will be the same questions will be asked in the oral examination. Yesterday I told you after the exam there will be an oral examination. This Viva bulto. There these basic questions will be asked there. So what is engineering mechanics? So whenever you are going to read the given definition, read it slowly and break the definition. So first thing is, it's a physical science. Physical science means what? It is a branch of physics. And it deals with what? Study of forces and effect. So दो term आगे, physical science, study of forces and their effects. Then acting on rigid bodies. This is a third word. And the body, whenever you are saying it is a body, so body may have the two states, either rest or in motion. So it's physical science, study of forces and their effect, acting on the rigid bodies, which are in rest or in motion. Classification of the mechanics table I have shown. Mechanics is divided into solid mechanics and fluid mechanics, because fluid is also one of the one of the bodies are there. So liquid, we can say fluid, liquid, any liquid. So that is called fluid mechanics. Second one is solid mechanics. Solid mechanics are further divided into mechanics of the deformable bodies. This is our subject on the left hand side, engineering mechanics. So only that I have highlighted by some different color. Further, mechanics is divided into two different और मेरे दो में देख लेते हैं। ठीक है, ठीक है, हाँ। दुसरा लेक्चर चालू आहे. हा लेक्चर चालू आहे. कसलं कसलं तुमचं झालं का? एक मिनिट. दुसऱ्याने मी काम करतो, बसनगौडा सरला भेटायला सांगा. तुम्हाला पाठवू का तिकडे? बसनगौडा सरला पाठवू? तुम्ही कुठे जातात? तुम्ही कुठे? बरं, ठीक है. नीचे दुकानें खड़े बोर्ड रूम के बाहर. ये जो है इसका चाबी बना दीजिए. आपने जितने भी कपड़ा डिपार्टमेंट किसको चाहिए तो चाबी बना दो. ठीक है, ऊपर रखे बोले लेता हूँ. खाली अभी एक काम करो, डिपार्टमेंट में कोई भी कबड़ का चाबी नहीं है तो बना लो अभी आज. उतना कोऑर्डिनेट करो या विशाल को बुक. हाँ दूसरा बोर्ड में. Sorry students, the college work is going on, so lot of disturbance is there. सूरज भास्कर, माइक ऑफ कर दो आपका. मिस्टर सूरज भास्कर. Okay, so we are here. In spite of so many reminders, still students are joining. Please avoid this one. So further, mechanics is divided into two different topics. One is statics and second one is dynamics. So what is statics and dynamics, that we will see in detail. Then further the dynamics is divided into kinematics and kinetics. So what is meant by the statics? So if you see the last word of our definition, the word says the body is in rest or in motion. So bodies in rest means it is stationary. If the bodies are stationary, that we are dealing in statics. So definition of the statics is branch of engineering mechanics which deals with the study of the forces and effects acting on the bodies at rest. So statics part में हम bodies which are at rest we are analyzing. Then similarly dynamics का definition मिल जाएगा. We are dealing with the bodies which are in motion in dynamics. Clear? So statics and dynamics, these are the two parts of the mechanics, and equal weightage is there for statics and dynamics. So first 4 chapter will be of the statics, and remaining 3 chapters will be on the dynamics. That we already discussed here. Further, what happens? The dynamics is again classified into two. One is kinematics and second one is kinetics. So you might have studied in from 8th standard, you are studying all these things. Kinematics. So what is the kinematics? In the kinematics, to remember that one, just recall your memories. You have studied the laws of motion. V is equal to U plus AT, S is equal to UT plus half AT square. V square is equal to U square plus 2AS. So there you will consider the different parameters, V, U, time, everything. These are the motion parameters. To define a motion, I required its time of travel, its velocity, its acceleration, its displacement. But bodies are set in motion because of the force. But nowhere you are considering the force which causes the motion to the body. Okay, so this gives the definition of the kinetics. In the kinematics, the branch of dynamics which deals with the study of motion of the body without consideration of the forces and the mass of the body. Because in the laws of motion, you will see nowhere कहीं पे भी हम लोग वहाँ पे mass body का consider नहीं करते हैं और forces भी कोई consider नहीं करते हैं. So that part of the dynamics is called kinematics. Now the next part is kinetics. So definitely kinematics में हम लोग consider नहीं करते हैं forces and mass of the body, यहाँ पे consider करते हैं. So you can say energy में kinetic energy, potential energy. So there you will find out in the formulas the mass of the body is also there as well as velocity of the body is also there. So kinetics is nothing but it's a branch of dynamics which deals with the study of the motion of the body considering the forces and the mass of the body here. So these will be asked in the orals. These basics will be asked in the orals. What is meant by the kinematics? What is meant by the kinetics? So these are very basic definitions. So you must mug up all the definitions. Instead of mug up, I will say better you try to understand the definitions. Then at any time you will be able to tell the different definitions. Yesterday also we have discussed about our entire mechanics is based on the Newton's 3 laws that you are already studied here. So what are these 3 laws? The first one is Newton's first law. The Newton's first law says every body continues in its state of rest or of uniform motion in a straight line unless it is compelled by a force to change that state. तो सीधी सी बात है, if any body is at rest, उसको रेस्ट से मूव करने के लिए मुझे क्या लगेगा? फोर्स लगेगा. So Newton's first law gives us the force. If ये Newton's first law को अगर हम उल्टा पढ़ेंगे, so we will get the definition of the force. तो फोर्स का डेफिनेशन क्या हो जाएगा? It is an agent or it is an agency which changes or tends to change the state of the body, right? So that gives us the force here, and we are dealing with the force. The second law says, the Newton's second law says, if I ask you, you will say yes, F is equal to ma. But the actual statement of the Newton's second law is the rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to the impressed force acting on a particle. So it will be more clear from this equation. Momentum means what? Mass of the body into velocity. Suppose if u and v are the initial and final velocities of the body having mass m in the time duration of t, then rate of change of momentum, final momentum mv, initial momentum m into u divided by t, you will get the rate of change of momentum. Then if I take the common m here, I will get m v minus u by t. V minus u by t is nothing but the rate of change of velocity. The rate of change of velocity is acceleration, and from that you are getting Newton's second law as F is equal to ma. Third law is very important for the equilibrium of the body. So you are sitting on a chair, your weight is acting on the chair, but even you are not moving down. It means that some other force you are getting from the ground, and that is described by the Newton's third law. It says to every action there is an equal and opposite reactions. Okay, so these are the entire mechanisms based on these three Newton's 3 laws. So as we have discussed, the Newton's first law gives us the force. The force is defined as an action which changes or tends to change the state of rest or of the uniform motion of a body in a straight line. Then if I have to define a force, So how you will define what is the magnitude of the force, how much force you are applying, okay, how you are applying, where you are applying. To define the force completely, I need its magnitude, its direction, as well as its point of application is also required here. So definitely no need to tell, it will be a vector quantity, because in addition to magnitude and direction, its point of application is also required. For the scalar quantities only magnitude is enough, but to define a force I need magnitude, direction, as well as point of application, so it is a vector quantity. So again, definition of the force is there, its SI unit is Newton. Sometimes what happens in the practical applications, you are using some bigger units. Bigger units means what? Actual practicals, Newton is very small unit out here. So sometimes you are using kilonewton, sometimes you are using giganewton, sometimes you are using meganewton. So what is meant by that? It will be clear from this one. If I say GN means giganewton, so that is 1 into 10 raised to 9 newtons. Similarly, mega means 10 raised to 6, kilo means 10 raised to 3, and so on. Now, the first chapter we are going to start, that is our system of coplanar forces. So we are going to study this chapter. Up to this, it was the introduction. Now, actual chapter, first chapter is starting out here. It is a system of coplanar forces. So first, in short, what you are going to study in this chapter, we are going to discuss here. So in this chapter objectives, we are going to discuss the concept of resolution of the forces, moment of a force, and moment of a couple. What is this that we are going to study today in the further slides here? These are the objectives. The second one is to understand the sign conventions of component of the forces and moment. See, this first chapter is very easy one. I will say it is easy one, and it is basic for all the 7 chapters. Unless you prepare for this chapter, we will not understand the remaining chapter. So concentrate more on this first chapter, because all the other chapters are based on this first chapter. So the second objective is the sign conventions of the component of the force, then the type of loading and equivalent concentrated loads. Next one is to determine the magnitude, direction, and position of the resultant force. What is that resultant force? That we will see in the subsequent slides. Then the last one is to understand the concept of the equivalent force, equivalent couple at the specific locations. So in the syllabus also some requisites are given. So what are the requisites required for this chapter? So meaning of the fundamental concepts like length, time, mass, force, particle, rigid body, unit of measurements, etc., and the other principle. I will try to cover this a few of the topics here. The remaining topics already you have studied out here. Then the second one is understanding of the functioning of scientific calculator. The speed and accuracy of these calculators facilitates the numerical computations in the solution. So yesterday only I told you to buy a calculator, scientific calculator. Any model will do, but it should not be programmable model. The next one is resolution of the force into X and Y component. What is that resolution? That we will see in the next slide over here. Then force, already you have defined the force. Force is an agency or external agent which changes or tends to change the state of the body. अगर body rest में है, उसको move करने के लिए क्या लगेगा? Force लगेगा. Then अगर body is already in motion, yesterday if I am running my car with a constant velocity of 40 km per hour, मुझे speed बढ़ाना है तो क्या करना पड़ेगा? मुझे accelerate करना पड़ेगा. I am accelerating means what? I am applying more force. So if the body is in uniform velocity, to change its velocity, again I will require the force here. So I think the force definition is clear to everyone here. Then the first type of the force system. Now, what is meant by the force system? अगर एक single force act हो रहा है, तो we will say one force is acting. But if 2 or more forces acting on the body, then these forces will constitute a force system. So आपको अगर किसी ने बोला, what is meant by the force system? If 2 or more forces are acting on a body, then these forces are going to form a force system. So there are different type of the force system. Try to understand each and every system carefully, okay? Because we are going to analyze the different systems. So first one is coplanar force system. So what is meant by the coplanar force system? Can anyone tell me?
Sir,
coplanar force system. Coplanar का मतलब क्या है?
sir means forces whose line of action lie in the same plane are called coplanar forces.
Yes. Okay. So co and planar. Okay. Co means same and planar means plane. Same plane, right? So अगर 2-3 बार उसको पढ़ोगे आप तो you will understood easily. Co means same, planar means a plane. So forces lying on the same plane is called coplanar force system. सिमिलरली अगर कोप्लेनर एक ही प्लेन में नहीं है तो हम क्या बोलेंगे, नॉन कोप्लेनर फोर्स सिस्टम. ओके, सो वी आर डीलिंग विद दिस लेफ्ट हैंड पोर्शन ऑफ द स्लाइड. We are dealing with coplanar force systems only. So coplanar force system means the system in which all the forces acting are lying on the same plane. Either it is XY plane, XZ plane, or ZX plane. Then in the coplanar force system, the first system is collinear force system. Okay, who will tell me collinear force system का मतलब क्या है? What is meant by collinear?
If the forces acting lie on the same line in a plane, it is called collinear.
Yes. Again, co means same, linear means एक ही line में. If all the forces acting in the system are lying on the acting on the same line, then it is called collinear force system. यानी अपने force system में जो भी forces है एक ही line पे add कर रहे. Its example I will give later on here. Next one is concurrent force system. I think this word is new to you. Anyone knows concurrent का मतलब क्या है?
Yes, sir. Means forces if their effects lie in the same one point.
Concurrent का मतलब है passing through the same point, right? So if the line of action of all the forces is passing through the same point, then it is called a concurrent force system. एक ही point से अगर सारे forces जा रहे तो it is called concurrent force system. Okay, so पहले हमने क्या किया था? Coplanar. Coplanar means what? All the forces acting in the system are lying on the same plane. Then coplanar force system classification is first one is the collinear force system. Collinear means एक ही line पे जाने वाले. Concurrent means सारे forces एक ही point से जाते हैं. Such force system are called concurrent force system. The next one is parallel force system. What is meant by the parallel? Again, the name itself it indicates. Anyone else? Anybody? Parallel force system?
The forces which are parallel to each other.
Parallel means parallel. लेकिन parallel का मतलब क्या है? Parallel का मतलब क्या है?
So the forces that do not
never
intersect with
with
The
each
lines
other.
that never meet.
एक at a time एक ही बात करो. Now, who wants to answer?
The force
Sir,
which
they
are
never
never
intersect with each other.
Yeah, they never intersect with each other, but it's better to define it like this. We are always talking in terms of the line of action. Collinear को हमने क्या बोला था? All the forces are acting in the same line of action. Okay. Concurrent के लिए हमने क्या बोला था? All the forces line of action is passing through the same point. So in terms of line of action, I will define it like this. If the line of action of all the forces in the system are parallel to each other, then it is called a parallel force system. So always we are talking in terms of a line of action. Line of action का मतलब क्या है? The line on which the forces are acting. And the line on which the forces are acting is parallel to each other, means it is parallel force system. Is it clear? I think it is very easy. Parallel force system means सारे force parallel है. Then parallel force system में again it is classified into two types. One is called like parallel force system. Second is called unlike parallel force system. So can you tell me any difference? What is like parallel and unlike parallel? Anyone knows? Parallel force system तो clear हो गया कि all the forces are parallel to each other.
Which have same direction.
हाँ. Yes.
Are called
yes.
parallel, like parallel.
अगर yes forces सारे parallel है और एक ही direction में act हो रहे तो it is called like parallel. Or if they are acting in different direction, it is called unlike parallel force system. I think it is clear. Like parallel means forces are parallel and acting in the same direction. And unlike parallel means forces are parallel but they are not acting in the same direction. एक अगर right में हो रहा है तो दूसरा left में act हो रहा है. So this is further classification of parallel force system. Now general coplanar force system. General coplanar force system का मतलब क्या है? In the force system, the system is coplanar. All these systems are coplanar. सारे forces are lying on the same plane. General का मतलब क्या है? They are not collinear, they are not concurrent, they are not parallel force system. Okay. So if the forces, I will define it like this. If the forces acting in the system are not collinear or concurrent or parallel, such systems are called general coplanar force system. And these all systems you are going to study in the first chapter. Similarly, now the next classification is coplanar force system. Next will be forces are not lying in the same plane. Such systems are called non-coplanar coplanar force system. Further, the classification is again same. Non-coplanar concurrent force system, parallel force system, but non-coplanar parallel force system. If anyone asks you non-coplanar parallel force system, what you will say? क्या हो सकता है? Or can you define non-coplanar concurrent force system?
Sir, this will be in this piece.
Astik is talking.
Yes, sir. This will be in the space and parallel to each other. Three
Not
dimension.
I'm talking
The
concurrent
non-coplanar
forces.
concurrent means the lines of axis of force are not in the same plane, but it
Yes,
passes to the same point.
yes. Means forces are concurrent. Line of action of all the forces is passing through the same point, but they are not lying on the same plane. एक force XY plane पे होगा, दूसरा force YZ plane पे होगा. This is the meaning of concurrent non-coplanar force system. The next place again parallel force system, like parallel, unlike parallel, and general non-coplanar force system, that is called forces in space. So I think this is very much clear to everyone now, the different type of the force system. Agar मैं at any time if I ask the different type of the force system, you must be able to tell what are the different type of the force system here. Now the coplanar force system, with the help of some sketches, I will try to show it here. So is it collinear force system? Can you see the diagram?
No.
Yes, sir.
Anyone answer?
Yes.
If you see all the forces, they are like they are acting on the line of action is horizontal. They are acting in the same line. So this is called collinear coplanar force system. Next one, concurrent coplanar force system. Can you see the diagram here? Different 5 forces are there, and they are acting through the same point, right? So line of action of all the forces is passing through the same point. Such systems are called coplanar force, concurrent force system, and they are lying on the same plane. Here you can see that diagram. It is lying on X and Y plane. Not necessarily that all the forces are acting towards the point. If you observe it carefully, you will find F1, F2, and F5, they are acting towards the point, whereas F3 and F4 is acting away from the point, but their line of action is passing to the same point. Such type of the system is called concurrent force system. Next one, we'll move to the next system, parallel coplanar force system. Parallel force system already we have defined, like parallel force system. Like parallel force system में क्या है? The line of action of all the forces you can see in the diagram. All the forces are parallel to each other. Line of action is parallel to each other and acting in the same direction. That's why it is called like parallel force system. And second one is unlike parallel force system, where you will find out the forces are parallel to each other. All the forces are vertical, but they are not acting in the same direction. 2 forces are acting upward direction, 2 forces are acting in the downward direction. Such type of the force system is called unlike parallel force system. Then what is meant by the general coplanar force system? General coplanar force system, जैसे मैंने बोला था, coplanar forces are coplanar, but they are not non-concurrent. They are non-concurrent, they are non-parallel. Parallel भी नहीं है, concurrent भी नहीं है, and they are lying on the same plane. Such systems are called general coplanar force system. यहाँ पे देख लो, different forces are given over here. F1, F2, F3, F4, F5. Are they concurrent? No. Are they parallel? No. Right. So, but they are lying on the same plane. एक ही plane पे they है. So this is called, all the forces are lying on X and Y plane. So such type of a system is called general coplanar force system. You can say one more example also. Different forces are there. So 3 forces are concurrent here. These 3 forces are concurrent, but these other 3 forces are not concurrent. They are not parallel. So overall, if you say all the forces in the system are non-concurrent and non-parallel, but they are lying on the same plane. So this type of the system is called general coplanar force system. Next one. Some basic principles are required. Already some of them already you have studied, and some new terms you are going to study. So what are these fundamental principles that we will see? So first one is law of transmissibility of a force. Can anyone know what is the law of transmissibility of force? Anyone knows?
Hello, sir.
हाँ, तीशा बोलो.
Sir, it is the property by which we can slide the force along the line of action without changing the net effect.
Yes, correct. So it will be very much clear from this diagram. See the first diagram, there the line of action is shown over here. This dashed line is the line of action of the force. And force F is acting at a certain point. यहाँ पे जो dot किया है, in this line of action, certain force F is acting over here, right? And in the second diagram, you can see the line of action is same. On the same line of action, the force acting is F dash. And if F is equal to F dash, I can shift, show that force F acting at certain point. I can shift that force. This is Disha ne bola hai abhi. We can slide that force. The force can be slide anywhere in the same line of action. Its effect will remain same. Where F has to be, but the magnitude will be of on acting somewhere in the second second figure. The force is acting somewhere, but on the same line of action, and the magnitude is also same. F is equal to F dash. So overall, I will say if the force acting on a rigid body is unaltered, if a force acting on a body is replaced by, sorry, the effect of a force acting on a rigid body unaltered, if a force acting on the body is replaced by another force of the same magnitude and direction, but acting anywhere on the body along the line of action of the replaced force. So जो force होना चाहिए, जो हम replace कर रहे हैं, उसका magnitude same होना चाहिए, और उसका line of action भी same होना चाहिए. So this is the law of transferability of the force. Then what is meant by resolution of the force? So what is meant by the resolution of the force? Can anyone tell me what is the resolution of the force? No one? Resolution, or you know it, but you are unable to tell.
Hello, sir.
Bolo.
Sir,
Yes.
if the force is at certain angle. Hello.
Yes, yes. Now already slide is in front of
Hello.
you. Yes, slide is in front
Sir.
of you. Definitely you will be able to tell.
Okay.
Okay. So resolution means the resolution comes from resolve. We are resolving a force. किसमें resolve कर रहे हैं हम लोग? We are resolving the forces into its component. So the definition is the method of splitting. Resolve कर रहे हैं हम क्या कर रहे हैं? उसको split कर रहे हैं. Force एक ही है, उसको दो part में split कर रहे हैं. But there is a way of splitting it. The method of splitting. See, this is very important topic, because everywhere throughout the mechanics, whatever the forces you are given to you, these forces you are going to resolve into its component. Usually you are resolving it into rectangular component, that is X component and Y component. So understand it is very clearly. The method of splitting the force into its components without changing its effect is called resolutions of the force here. Means the given force we are splitting. So see the first figure here. The given force is the black color, the force F, making an angle theta with the x-axis. Let us say x-axis. The force F is inclined force making an angle of theta with the x-axis, right? So I have divided that force into its two components. So उसको component कैसे करेंगे? How to resolve it, that I will tell you. जहाँ से start हो रहा है, the point from where the force is starting, from there I have drawn a horizontal line, right? And where it is ending. So in this figure, the given force I have separated. Force starting jahan se, from there I am getting a horizontal line. Then from the tip of the force, end of the force vector, from there I am getting vertical line. So you will find out here a right angle triangle is formed. And now here that angle theta is the angle made by the force with the horizontal. Bottom ka horizontal jo aayega, that is the x component of the force, and vertical will be the y component of the force. And definitely you know x component is the horizontal side. Horizontal means it's a cos theta. Cos theta is equal to adjacent side by hypotenuse. So from that I am getting the horizontal component fx is equal to f cos theta, and this vertical component fy. Fy is vertical component of the force, which is the opposite side to the angle. Opposite side में क्या होता है? Sin theta is what? Sin theta is equal to opposite side divided by hypotenuse. So side, so opposite side fy is equal to f sin theta. I think it is very much clear from this one. If the force is f, angle made with the x-axis is theta, then its x component will be f cos theta and y component will be f sin theta. In some books, they are terming this x component as fh, because we are considering x-axis is horizontal and y-axis is vertical. So in some book it is given fh, which is the x component, and y component is written as fv. V means vertical component. Okay. Now we'll get the more, our picture will be clear. Here we are considering the given force is in first quadrant only, right? Now we'll change the position of the force here. Now see the second figure here in the bottom figure. Can anyone tell me ये force कौन से quadrant में है? The force may be in any
Third quadrant, sir. Third quadrant.
Yeah, it is in third quadrant. But the logic is same. Logic मैंने क्या बोला था? जहां से force start हो रहा है वहां से horizontal line लो, जहां force end हो रहा है वहां से vertical line लो. So concentrate on this triangle now. This is the force F, angle theta. This is the x-axis. So along x-axis, its component is F cos theta. But I have written something over here. I am writing minus. Why minus? Why I am writing here minus F cos theta?
Because it is in the negative y direction.
Yes, because it is in negative x direction, not y direction. Yeah. Similarly, y component in the third quadrant, find the third quadrant में क्या होता है? X axis is negative, y axis is also negative. So you can see here, its y component is also minus f sin theta. Now see the last figure on the right hand side. Last figure में क्या आ रहा है? Q the force. I have changed the name. Force is Q, angle is theta with the horizontal. So who will tell me in which quadrant this force is lying?
Fourth quadrant.
Yeah,
Fourth quadrant.
Fourth quadrant में क्या होता है?
Fourth quadrant.
Fourth quadrant. Fourth quadrant में x axis is positive, y axis is negative. X component qx I am getting as q cos theta, and y component is negative. That's why qy is equal to minus q sin theta. Is it clear? All these three figures are clear to everyone now? Yes. So we'll see more examples here. So first one is sign conventions. जैसे मैंने अभी explain किया था, which sign conventions we are using here. So sign conventions, forget about the quadrant. Sometimes what happens here, our forces are, if they are not non-concurrent, then it will be confused. अगर forces system अगर concurrent नहीं है, तो उसका resolution में problem आता है, sign convention में problem आता है. But general conventions is forces acting towards right are considered as positive, acting towards left are considered as negative. Forces acting in upward direction are considered to be positive, and downward direction are considered to be negative. I think this is clear to everyone. जो right में forces जाते हैं, those are positive, towards left negative, upward positive, and downward direction negative. This is the our x-axis and y-axis convention. Accordingly, we are saying x-axis towards right positive, towards left negative, y-axis in the upward direction positive and downward direction negative. Is it clear? Sign conventions are clear to everyone now? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Next one. Now, what is meant by the components of the force? Already we have studied, we are resolving. And straightway we are resolving considering x-axis as horizontal and y-axis as vertical, right? But always this is not the case. Sometimes I have to choose my different orientation. Different orientation I have to choose. Means x or y position मुझे कभी-कभी change भी करना पड़ता है question में, right? So at that time, so we'll have some practice with the help of this figure. See the first figure, the topmost figure. क्या दिया है वहाँ पे? A boom is given. The blue color boom is given. And our necessity is that, our requirement is that our x-axis is along the boom. X-axis is lying along the boom. X and Y दिख रहा है सबको यहाँ पे. Our x-axis is along the boom. Boom or pole. We can say simply this is blue color on the pole. X-axis is lying along the pole, and Y-axis is perpendicular to that. So here again the same logic we are going to use. The force दिया है, angle beta. Now, who will tell me which is the adjacent component? Adjacent component is on y side or x side? Adjacent है तो हम cos बोलते हैं.
Y side.
Yes.
Y side.
हाँ, यहाँ पे देखो अभी ये चेंज हो गया. fx क्या हो गया मेरा? f sin theta, and y हो गया f cos theta. So beta is angle here, and this y-axis is adjacent to the angle. So y component will be cos beta, whereas the sine, the x component is sin beta. Same thing here. See the bottom figure over here. Now x-axis is out here. So this angle is beta. Now here we will say fx is equal to minus f cos beta. Why I am saying it is minus?
Because it is in negative direction of x-axis.
Yes, negative direction. Similarly, it is with the y component. See the next figure, third figure. Now here and it is always not necessary that the angle made by the force with certain x-axis or y-axis is given. यहाँ पे देख लो अभी. Your y-axis is along the pole, right? and the beta is this angle given over here. So I have to find out this angle. So this angle will be how much here? Total is 180. 180 minus beta. So that's why here is written pi minus beta. Pi minus beta means what? This is the y-axis. Entire angle will be 180. 180 minus beta. Sometimes you have to find out the angle. Indirectly, the angle will be given to you. So this angle will be nothing but 180 minus beta. And x component will be f sine pi minus beta. In terms of radian, it is written over here. And fy is equal to minus f cos pi minus beta. And same with the last figure out here. So sometimes directly the angles will not be given to you. You have to calculate the angle made by the force with the certain x-axis or y-axis. Agar theta with x-axis, instead of the x-axis, if it is given with the y-axis, then the cos theta will become sin theta. Means x component will become y component will become x component here. That here you have to take. Always it is not the same case. जनरली यूजुअली क्या होता है हमको दिमाग में है फोर्स एफ दिया है एंगल थीटा दिया है इट्स एक्स कंपोनेंट इज एफ cos theta y component is f sin theta but when the angle made by the force with x axis is theta then it is true but if the angle made by the force with y axis is theta then the adjacent side will be the y axis and the opposite side will be the x axis so components will change out here. This is regarding the component. Now this is very important term, resultant force. So in the entire chapter and nearly the weightage of this chapter, you will see around 12 marks is the weightage of this chapter. 12 to 15 marks is the weightage. And in every numericals, you are going to solve a resultant force. So the resultant force means what? The definition. First, read the definition. It is on the slide. I will also read. You also read the definition. It is a single force produces the same effect as produced by the number of forces acting on the body. All of you please read this. एक दो तीन बार read करो and then try to define what is resultant force. Try to understand. See, instead of simply mugging the given definitions, try to understand. You will not forget. It is a single force. Now we have described about the force system. Both सारे force system है. Force system में number of forces are there. Right? It is a single force which produces the same effect as produced by the number of forces acting on the body. The best example I will give you. Don't talk in terms of the terms. General example I will. If you went to market to buy a chocolate, let us say आपको chocolate खरीदना है. Chocolate का cost है ₹1. How much is the cost of the chocolate? ₹1. Someone will pay 250 paisa coin, right? And will buy the chocolate. Someone will pay 425 paisa coins. He will get the chocolate. Are you getting the difference? मैं 2.50 पैसा देके ₹1 का चॉकलेट खरीद रहा हूँ. Similarly, some other one वो क्या कर रहा है 25 पैसे के 4 कॉइन देके सेम चॉकलेट खरीद रहा है. दोनों का नेट इफेक्ट क्या है? In terms of effect I am talking. 250 पैसा coins. What is the net effect? ₹1. 420 पैसा कॉइन 425 पैसा कॉइन है उसका नेट इफेक्ट क्या है? ₹1. So there I will say ₹1 is the resultant which is producing the same effect as produced by 425 paisa coin or 250 paisa coin. So in terms of effect, this is very much clear. So this is the definition. It is a single force which produces the same effect as produced by the number of forces acting on the body. So entire chapter, what हमको क्या करना है यहाँ पे? A force system will be given to you. It is having n number of forces. हमको एक single force find out करना है. Okay. So number of forces. We are resolving the number of forces into a single force system, and that single force is called resultant force. So we'll study in detail what is meant by the resultant force. It is possible to find a single force which will have the same effect as that of the number of forces acting on a body. Such a single force is called resultant force. Already we have discussed about this. So it is very much clear from the diagram here. So let us see this black color one is a body and it is pulled by the different forces as shown in figure. Two forces are acting towards right. The magnitude is 12 Newton and 5 Newton, whereas two forces are acting on left, 6 Newton and 9 Newton. Can anyone tell me what type of force system is this one? कौन सा force system है?
Collinear.
Collinear force system.
Yes, you understood it now. Collinear means एक ही लाइन में सारे forces है, right? The direction is different. Tug of war आपको मालूम है सबको. टग ऑफ वॉर खेला होगा अपने कॉलेज टाइम में 11 12 में, रस्सी
Yes,
होती
Yes, sir.
राइट में खींचते हैं, कुछ स्टूडेंट लेफ्ट में खींचते हैं।
Yes, sir.
Yes.
तो वो टाइम में मुझे बताओ कि कौन से साइड में रोप मूव होता है,
जिस साइड ज्यादा फोर्स लगता है।
जिसमें ज्यादा फोर्स लगता है, राइट। तो यहाँ पे मैं क्या करता हूँ, यहाँ पे टुवर्ड्स राइट हाउ मेनी फोर्सेस आर एक्टिंग, 2 फोर्सेस आर एक्टिंग, कितने फोर्स हो गया,
17 Newton.
तो
17 total.
या टुवर्ड्स राइट हाउ मच फोर्स इज एक्टिंग,
17.
17 Newton.
towards left
15 Newton.
10
Newton.
Newton. So 17 minus 15,
2 Newton.
2 Newton towards
So it
2
will move
Newton
towards
side.
right.
right. So net force in the first figure, I will say the net force acting on the body is 2 Newton,
Newton.
towards right side. So I will say, see, now see the second figure. Now compare the first figure and the second figure. Is the effect is same?
Yes, sir.
Is same or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes,
First
sir.
figure total कितने फोर्सेस है, 4 है, राइट। उसको मैं रिड्यूस करके एक फोर्स में कर रहा हूँ, दैट इज द सेकंड फिगर रिजल्टेंट। सो दिस इज द कंसेप्ट ऑफ द रिजल्टेंट, मींस इट इज अ सिंगल फोर्स व्हिच हैज द सेम इफेक्ट। हमने अभी कैलकुलेट किया था इसका, कैसे कैलकुलेट किया था, समेशन ऑफ अलजेब्रिक सम ऑफ ऑल द फोर्सेस is nothing but the resultant, 12 plus 5 minus 9 minus 6 is nothing but 2 Newton. So net forces in the first figure is 2 Newton acting towards right. I can replace these 4 forces by, now concentrate on the second figure, by the force R which is of the same magnitude. तो दोनों का effect same होगा. So this is the concept of the resultant here. Resultant means what? Replacing the number of forces in the system by a single force which has the same effect. So I think the now concept of the resultant is very much clear. पूरे चैप्टर में हम लोग क्या करने वाले हैं? Only we are finding out the resultant in this chapter. Okay. Next one. Parallelogram law of forces. You know, you have studied it in 11th class.
Yes, sir.
बोलो, Rishabh.
So if two vectors are represented in magnetic direction by the two adjacent sides of parallelogram, then their resultant can be represented in magnetic direction by the diagonal of parallelogram.
Diagonal of the parallelogram. Yes, the same thing. So no need to tell one. See the diagram. Two forces are given. Forces are P and Q. Angle between them is alpha. Right? These two forces I can resolve into one forces. I can find out the resultant directly. If two, but what are the type of the forces? Forces कैसे है? P and Q.
Adjacent side of parallelograms.
No. Forces P and Q. What type of force system? They are passing from the same
Concurrent.
point. So it is concurrent. So see the requirement. Yeah. See the requirement here. What is the requirement? The forces are concurrent. And now we are representing the force P and force Q as the side of the parallelogram. The statement is like this. If the two concurrent forces are represented in magnitude and direction by two adjacent sides of the parallelogram, then the diagonal of the parallelogram concurrent with the force represents their resultant. Right? So whatever who answered it? Asti. Answer किसने बोला था? Okay, he was correct. And from we can prove this also here. And after proving, we will get sometimes in the first compulsory question, 4-mark question will be there, which will be asked on the law of parallel of the forces. Two different forces will be given to you, and you have to find out the resultant. Two concurrent forces. So R is nothing but square root of P square plus, sorry, this is P square plus Q square.
Q square.
यहाँ पे थोड़ा typing mistake. This one is Q square. I will make the change before sending it to classroom. I will make the changes. This is P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos alpha. And the angle theta is what? Angle made by the resultant with the force P. This is nothing but Q sin alpha by PQ, P plus Q cos alpha. This is the law of parallelogram forces. तो इसके पहले जो साइड हमने देखा था, वहां पे हमने क्या देखा था? कौन सा सिस्टम था? वो टग ऑफ वॉर का सिस्टम कौन सा था? Which force system was there?
Linear.
Collinear force system. So collinear force system में रिजल्ट हम कैसे फाइंड आउट करेंगे? Simply algebraic sum of all the forces, right? अगर दो concurrent forces है, if two concurrent forces are there, how to find out the resultant? That is given by this equation, by the parallelogram law of forces. Okay, but if it is not a concurrent force system, and if the number of forces are acting in the system, then something else I have to do. That we will see in the next slide. Now, in addition to that, two concepts are there. One is called moment and the couple. That we will complete today. Then the next topic how to find out the resultant for the different force system, we will study on Monday, next lecture. So can anyone tell me, can anyone knows what is moment of a force? Moment of force क्या होता है?
Torque.
Sir, a force which produces turning effect in a body.
Yes. Someone says torque. Someone says torque. Yeah, this is also one of the word for the moment. But there is a difference. Some difference is there. In the torque, it is moving. But in moment of the force, it will be very much clear from this diagram. In simple language, I will say the turning effect of the force is called moment. Or we can say the rotational effect produced by the force is called moment. बहुत छोटी छोटी बातें होती है. आप दरवाजा खोलते हो, है ना? दरवाजा खोलते हो तो आप क्या करते हो? हैंडल को यू आर अप्लाइंग ए फोर्स टू ए हैंडल, और दरवाजा क्या हो रहा है? रोटेट हो रहा है. So yesterday also I have discussed about this one. If we are pulling a body, body has got movement. If I am pushing the body, body has got movement.
Body's got moment.
Pull and push, these are the effect of the forces. In addition to that, you are opening the door. It means that
Rotation.
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 Push, pull and rotation, these are the basic effects of the external forces. So in short, oral में अगर पूछा what is moment, so what you will say? क्या होगा आपका आंसर? Define moment.
Turning tendency of force.
That is the turning effect of the force.
Yes, turning tendency or turning effect of the force is called moment. So it is very much clear from this diagram now. दिख रहा है आपको यहाँ पे?
Yes.
क्या दिख रहा है? A spanner is there, a person is pulling the spanner, and OO is the axis of that body, right? OO is the axis of the pipe. One vertical pipe is there, and with the help of the spanner, he is threading the pipe. And that force is acting at a distance of D from the axis. D is what? D is the perpendicular distance. You see it there. D is the perpendicular distance between the axis OO and the line of action of the force F. So क्या होगा इससे? What is the effect here?
The pipe will rotate.
Yeah, the pipe will rotate. Actually, spanner will rotate, not the pipe, right? So turning effect. Next one. दिख रहा है सबको? A nut is there. With the help of the spanner, a force we are applying. These are the practical application. कोई भी हम spanner use करते हैं, so you might have seen over there. You are applying a force to open, lock or unlock the given nut here. But here important is D. Observe both the figures and tell me what is D. How you will define the distance D?
It is a perpendicular distance.
Yeah, perpendicular. It is very important. D is the perpendicular distance between point of rotation or the axis of rotation and the line of action of the force. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes.
Point O is the point about which the body is moving, and small d is the perpendicular distance between the point axis of the rotation and line of action of the force. It has to be a perpendicular distance. Clear? Okay. So magnitude of the moment. Magnitude of the moment means what? Moment we just now we have discussed. Moment is nothing but the rotational effect or turning effect of the force. So it is a rotation. So how it is measured? Its magnitude is measured in terms of m. इसको represent करते हैं capital M. M is nothing but F into D. F is what? Force. Its unit is Newton. D is what? Distance. Its unit is meter. So unit क्या हो गया? Moment का Newton meter. Clear? Now moment is what? Moment is nothing but a rotation. So rotation may be clockwise or anti-clockwise. है ना? Moment is nothing but it's a rotational effect. So rotation clockwise हो सकता है या anti-clockwise हो सकता है. And again some sign conventions I have to use for the rotation. Clockwise, anti-clockwise के लिए जैसे हम force को use करते हैं, force is acting towards right, we are considering positive. Towards left, we are considering negative. Upward direction positive, downward direction negative.
Negative.
यहाँ पे भी मुझे sign conventions use करने पड़ेंगे, right? So if you are referring the different book, the different sign conventions are used here. In some book, clockwise movements are considered as positive and anti-clockwise movements are considered as negative. But in some books, clockwise is considered negative and anti-clockwise is considered to be positive. कोई भी use कर सकते हो, but लेकिन एक ही uniformity रखो. And we are using clockwise as negative and anti-clockwise as positive. So there is no hard and fast rule for that one here. You can use any sign convention. Final answer will be same. So what we are using? the clockwise moment we are considering as negative,
Negative and anti-clockwise is positive.
अगर बाय मिस्टेक आपने दूसरा भी ले लिया कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा, लेकिन सारे क्लॉकवाइज पॉजिटिव कंसीडर करो, सारे एंटी क्लॉकवाइज नेगेटिव कंसीडर करो. So this is the moment. I think the moment concept is clear to everyone now.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. One more concept
Yes,
is
sir.
there. Yes. One more concept is there. We'll wind up that with that second concept. That second concept is called what? Okay, moment of force. Example दिया हुआ है. First we will see this example of moment. Can you see the pole over there?
Yes.
Two different forces are acting.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
25 Newton and 40 Newton. So this is for the practice only. You will get understood the idea. Here you have to find out the moment of 25 Newton force about the hinge. नीचे लिखा है ना hinge यानी जहाँ पे उसको फिक्स किया हुआ है. About hinge, how much is the moment? Similarly, दोनों फोर्स का मुझे ये फाइंड आउट करना है. So who will tell me what is the moment of 25 Newton force?
Sir,
30 Newton meter.
कितना होगा? 30. 30 कहाँ से आ गया?
sir, minus 25 into 1.2.
Yeah. पहले try to understand moment क्या होता है? Force into perpendicular distance. So how much is the perpendicular distance?
Hello,
between-
sir.
Yes.
Minus 25 into 1.2.
Yes. So that is 25 into 1.2 meter.
What is minus 20?
Minus 25.
Minus that depends now. Instead of that, I can write clockwise or anti-clockwise. If I am considering clockwise as minus, so I will not put here minus sign. What I will write here? 30 Newton meter clockwise. Right? In the final answer, don't put plus or minus sign here. Either you write clockwise or
Anti-clockwise.
the moment of 25 Newton force is clockwise, and clockwise movement we are considering as, so no need to write, don't write
The
minus
perpendicular
30.
distance.
So what you will 30 and clockwise. चलो अभी 40 का बताओ मुझे. Who will tell me what is the moment of 40 Newton force? पहले क्या आएगा? क्लॉकवाइज आएगा या एंटी क्लॉकवाइज आएगा?
Anti-clockwise.
Anti-clockwise.
Force into perpendicular distance. So 40 into
28 Newton meter.
28
and it is
28 Newton.
28
Meters.
Newton.
28 Newton anti-clockwise.
Anti-clockwise.
I think now the moment concept is clear. The distance, right? बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट क्या करते हैं? मिस्टेक को डिस्टेंस में मिस्टेक करते हैं. Here the direct distance is given. Directly perpendicular distance is given. So directly you are saying 25 into 1.2, 40 into 0.7, right? But if it is not given, you have to find out sometimes here. So this is the concept of moment of force. So the last topic today's lecture is couple of forces. Observe the diagram carefully, and you're in your day-to-day life, many applications, many times you are using this concept. क्या दिख रहा है आपको? पहले बताओ मुझे फोर्स सिस्टम कौन सा है ये? कौन सा फोर्स सिस्टम है?
Unlike parallel.
Unlike parallel force system. और क्या है उसमें?
Forces in opposite directions separated by a fixed
वो तो आ
distance.
गया, वो तो अनलाइक में आ गया, अनलाइक पैरेलल में आ गया. दोनों का मैग्नीट्यूड सेम है, राइट? राइट. तो ये डायग्राम देख के मैं डिफाइन कर सकता हूँ इसको. You can also define.
Two equal, opposite and non-collinear forces.
So instead of that, I will say if two unlike parallel forces of same magnitude, right? If two unlike parallel forces of the same magnitude are acting at a certain distance, that distance is d. अब मुझे बताओ इससे क्या होगा? What will the effect of these two forces?
Net effect will be zero. Hello? Net effect will be zero.
The resultant force will be zero.
वो तो हो गया, रिजल्टेंट जीरो हो जाएगा.
The body will rotate.
फोर्सेस बॉडी पे एक्ट हो रहे हैं. Body will rotate. Yes. Okay. So its effect will be rotation. सीधी सी बात है. सुबह सुबह आप उठते हो, बाथरूम में जाते हो, टैप खोलते हो, है ना? या टैप ओपन करते हो, आप क्या करते हो? ट्राई टू इमेजिन. टैप हम ओपन कैसे करते हैं? दो अलग डायरेक्शन में फोर्स लगाते हैं, पैरेलल फोर्स होते हैं. पैरेलल फोर्सेस दो अलग डायरेक्शन में लगा के क्या होता है? टैप रोटेट हो जाता है. दिस इज द बेस्ट एग्जांपल. एवरी डे यू आर ओपनिंग द टैप बाय अप्लाइंग two parallel forces in different directions, right? So the definition of the couple is two equal unlike parallel forces separated by a definite distance forms a couple out here. Couple causes rotation of the body. और जैसे मैंने अभी डिफाइन किया था वैसे भी कर सकते हो. Two unlike parallel forces of the same magnitude acting on the body tends to rotate the body and they are said to form a couple. This is the definition of the couple out here. So whenever such situation is there in your analysis, directly its effect you can measure in terms of couple. Then how to measure the effect? Again, it is a rotation. Rotation is measured in terms of moment here. So moment of the couple is nothing but it's a product of one of the force and the distance between the forces here. And that is nothing but F into T. So this is the effect of the couple. And again, it may be clockwise or anti-clockwise. So whatever the direction of the couple is there, जैसे moment में बोला था मैंने, clockwise moments you are considering negative, anti-clockwise as positive. Apply the same rule here. Clear? So this is the couple here. Okay, I think we'll stop here. Already we have extended, na? So it's 35 now. 12:35. So we'll stop here. Now you can unmute your mic, and if you have any doubt, you can ask.
सर चैप्टर का नाम क्या है सर?
चैप्टर का नाम क्या है? पहला स्लाइड नहीं दिखाया गया. कोप्लेनर फोर्स सिस्टम.
सर कैलकुलेटर कौन सा लेना था?
कैलकुलेटर प्रोग्रामेबल साइंटिफिक कैलकुलेटर सो मेनी मॉडल्स आर देयर. खाली उसमें प्रोग्रामेबल नहीं होना चाहिए.
ओके
सर. रोटेशन ऑफ पाइप में,
हाँ,
रोटेशन ऑफ पाइप में जो एक्सिस था वो सेंटर ऑफ मास से पास करेगा ना?
हाँ, दैट इज
पाइप के
सेंटर ऑफ मास बाद में आएगा. अभी ज्यादा सोचो मत. सिंपली अभी के लिए काम कर दो, पॉइंट ऑफ रोटेशन कर दो. एक्सिस ऑफ रोटेशन और पॉइंट ऑफ रोटेशन.
सर टेक्स्ट बुक्स
कल बोला था, कल लेक्चर अटेंड नहीं किया. You have not attended yesterday's lecture? Yes. Suraj, you are not audible. Okay, students, then when is our next lecture? Tuesday, I think. So see you tomorrow. If you have any doubt, you can personally WhatsApp me. Thank you. Thank you again.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.